Hi everyone, today we are going to do transcription number 525. So, ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, Sir, our railway system is the largest in Asia and the fourth biggest, perhaps, in its whole world, employing about 20 lakh of people. It was rather refreshing to note that for the first time in about 7 years period a balanced budget has been presented. Sir, this is very encouraging, especially when this has been done without increasing the passenger fares. However, it is a matter of some concern that about 70% of the revenues of the railway is spent on establishment expenditure alone, and this aspect has to be looked into very carefully. Sir, it has been stated by the railway minister that the railway administration is now seeing the end of the tunnel. I hope that they are seeing the end of the tunnel is not any illusion. They have also said that they are working on all the cylinder, but apparently taking in technical term, it appears that the cylinder still lack the compression, otherwise the performance should have been much better. Sir, there is another important thing to which I would like to invite the attention of the Honorable Railway Minister, and that is the Railway Board. It is a very familiar and popular topic of criticism in both the House of Parliament. Well, sir, it is high time that the minister and the government has a second look at it and took it a view on whether the railway board has served its utility or still it is required to serve the railways and the country. Sir, this utility has to be established and only then the railway board is to be allowed to continue. Otherwise, we will have to agree that it is only a white elephant. Sir, let us hope that this encouraging financial result will continue to be encouraging till the end of the year. Although the railway financial authorities have not taken into consideration that impact of the additional durance allowance which may have to be paid to the railway employees during the year, and if this is done, I am sure that the surplus that this budget has attempted to bring about will be upset and the whole working will be imbalanced, and we will end up with a deficit budget at the end of year. However, I am not very much despondent about this matter because the railway have been rather conservative in making this estimate of earning from freight and passenger traffic, and if our hope of getting additional revenue materialized, I hope it would be possible to provide adequate cushion for the payment of the increased dearness allowance which may be to be given the railway employee in due course. Sir, for imposing the image and the working result of the railway, they will have to work with very hard. It is too early to expect that the budget will not have any inflationary impact at all. The gap between the revenue and the expenditure for the year 1984-85 is of the order of rupees 144 crores, and this is very big gap, and I hope that this sort of performance will not be repeated during this year. As things stand today, and if past performance is any indication, the prospect of any striking improvement in the efficiency and productivity of the railway is still very doubtful. Let us hope that this doubt will not be materialized. For instance, in the year 1975-76, the railway carried 200 million tons of goods traffic, but in the year 1985-86, it is estimated that only about 190 million tons of freight traffic will be carried. As against this decline in the amount of traffic carried, the employees increased from about 14 lakh to 20 lakh during the period, with the wage bill rising about from rupees 350 crores to rupees 600 crores, beside enormous investment in modernizing the equipment, acquiring new asset, etc. Then, sir, the other phenomenon which I fail to understand is the employment opportunity for the minorities in the railways. The minorities used to form a very appreciable percentage of the total employment in the railway. But today, sir, I think the railway authorities will have to try rather hard to work out a percentage for them. No doubt, sir, the Honorable Minister of State for Railway carries a lot of weight in the railway administration, but this weight is not at all balanced by a decrease in the employment opportunity for the minority communities. Sir, another important factor which I would like to mention is that efficient maintenance is the backbone of any transport system. It appears, however, that the railway workshop have completely stopped doing any scheduled maintenance work for the last 2 years, and this has resulted in deplorable condition of coaches and wagons. In many cases, even the undercarriage maintenance is substandard. Thank you.